This is Racing to Win, your twice weekly preview show of Hong Kong racing. And after racing at Sha Tin over the weekend, we are at Happy Valley for a 9-race card coming up at the City Circuit on Wednesday night. Great to have your company. I'm Tom Wood and I'm joined in the studio by Paul Alley and Nick Child. Nick, what have we got to look forward to at Happy Valley this week?
Plenty, Tom. In fact, I think the latter part of the card looks pretty strong. And I, for one, really looking forward to this night's race. It's round 2 of Young Emperor versus Romantic Sun. Two very nice young horses indeed. And I don't think there'll be much between them this time either. Yeah,
looks fascinating race, that last event, Class 3. And overall, Paul, I thought the programme looked pretty tough all round.
It did, didn't it? It didn't look like any sort of really shorties throughout the whole card because there's some really competitive races throughout. There's a couple of jackpots, 100,000 going into the first double trio, just a small jackpot left over there, and also 1.5 million going into the 6-up win bonus, so that should get over the 6 million mark as well. So a couple of decent bonuses.
Yeah, bit of cash floating around there in terms of jackpots. Well, there's plenty to play for in terms of the Longines International Jockeys Championship for 2024. And, of course, last Tuesday, the names were announced, Nick, with, of course, Vincent Ho, the defending champion, getting right of entry. Zach Purton, the, of course, champion jockey here in Hong Kong, gaining entry as well. But a whole host of names, a few that we've seen before as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, great to have Colin Keane back as well. He's won another Irish Championship this season. William Buick's back. He hasn't been here for a few years yet. And obviously some of those regular names there, Paul, as well. But great. I mean, ultra talented lineup there.
Yeah, it's always good fun, isn't it, that night? And always a big crowd there as well, so it should be a really good night.
And in terms of still spots up for grabs, Nick, it looks like Hugh Bowman's going to secure one of those, but there's a host of others there. Karis Teat and Matthew Poon locked at the moment on 13, but Karis at this point, if it was to stay the same, gets in on seconds, but a fascinating battle between those two as well.
It is, yeah, absolutely. Look, and may the best man win, and as you say, plenty of seconds there for Karis. If it does work to count back, then he's got the upper hand at this stage, Paul.
Yeah, definitely. But Poon's in good form at the moment, isn't he? He's riding some good winners. So, look, whoever gets in, that's always good. And obviously, they're drawing lots, so you're on sort of it's a random horse that you're on. And they both know their way pretty well around Happy Valley.
Yep, they certainly do. Matthew Poon riding the crest of a wave at the moment. 2 wins at the weekend. Of course, the Panasonic Cup with the green and white. And he also celebrated his 31st birthday on Saturday as well. But one lady that we've seen here in the Jockeys Championship before is Rachel King. She's back for 2024. And Nick caught up with her earlier via Zoom to discuss the IJC of 2024.
Yeah, definitely. Really looking forward to coming back again. It was a good experience last year and a successful one as well. So hopefully we can go a little bit better again this year.
And just on the back of that, Rachel, I mean, obviously once you've been once, I suppose, and things have gone well for you in a competition like that and somewhere like Hong Kong, I guess it's sort of always in the back of your mind throughout the course of the next 12 months, isn't it?
Yeah, it is definitely. Like I had a great time and really good experience, and I loved riding over there. So I was sort of from when I left, I guess last year, I was hoping I would get the invite to come back again, and it helps coming and having success, and hopefully we can get a few more rides in the week as well, and see if we can get a little bit more success.
Yeah, oversubscribed, of course, the horse that managed to get the win for you. You'd been trying for many years at that meeting and finally broke through. As for you personally, Rachel, it's been a big 12 months for you, hasn't it? Both sort of on and off the track, if you will, personally and in your career. You seem to have been all over Royal Ascot. We all watched on and saw you go close there. You've been to Japan. You've been at a Breeders' Cup. You haven't stopped.
It's been a lot of travelling, that's for sure. But no, it's been good. I, probably started off from sort of Japan last year when I went for their Jockey Challenge, and that flowed into Hong Kong. And from there, it's sort of propelled and just had amazing opportunities to travel and great experiences. And yeah, it's been a big year, and topping it off in the middle of the year by going back to Royal Ascot and getting married as well. So it was a good June, definitely.
Tell us about Royal Ascot, obviously, because obviously the World Pool has become such a big thing now globally. Obviously, viewers in Hong Kong would have obviously been watching and seen you ride there. I mean, that must have given you a bit of excitement, mustn't it, to go close to winning one there?
Yeah, it did, definitely. It was good to, be back on home soil, and I hadn't ridden there for 10 or 11 years or something. So it was very satisfying to go back and nearly get a win, but it was a great day, great week, and yeah, all my family were there and friends and everyone, so it was sort of extra special going back there to ride.
Just on that sort of Japanese link up, obviously, given that is the week of IR, the Japanese always come over in their droves. Is there any possibility at this stage that you might ride one for them on the big Sunday, or is that not known just yet, perhaps?
I'm not sure yet, but definitely have sort of let my connections know in Japan that I'm going to definitely be there. So yeah, I'll just play it by ear a bit. I'm open to offers on the Sunday, and I'd love to be able to stay and hopefully link up with something with a chance. That would be a good way to sort of top off the week, but options are definitely open at the moment.
Just on 22 days away from December the 4th, where one jockey will go from great to greatest in the Longines International Jockeys Championship of 2024. Moving on to have a look at the meeting details upcoming for Happy Valley on Wednesday night. It is meeting number 20 of 88. There's a bit of weather around at the moment as well, but hopefully it stays away for our Wednesday night card. We're looking at the last two races 8 and 9, both class 3s. The first over 1650 and the second of them over the 1200 metres. And here we go for race number 8. And at the top, Helene Warrior, Alice Wong claiming weight off his back. Apache Pass coming to the turf. He's with David Eustace, of course. Lavero was a winner 3 starts ago. Romantic Lau has the cheek pieces being reapplied. Talent's Ambition comes off the All Weather as a beaten 1.6 favourite last time out. Perfuse second up. Jumbo Legend, a last start winner, goes up £5. Fighting Machine for Zach Purton, and further down you've got Golden Artie, Glorious Journey, who was just pipped on the post last time out, Soleil Fighter, and Toy Soltero down towards the bottom of that rating of 64 for Ben Thompson and Michael Chang. How does the pace work out here, Paul? Because Helene Warrior can be a little bit of a headstrong character. Yeah,
so look, he should lead. He's got the lighter weight in barrier number 5 and did lead when he won all the way 2 starts ago, but I think he'll earn his money for sure, Alice, on this one. Soleil Fighter should get a nice run just in behind. Lavero likes to go forward. Fighting Machine, Apache Pass. Glorious Journey was a slightly closer and ran better last time. Talent's Ambition coming off an all-weather run. And with the wide draws, Toy Soltero, I should say, and Romantic Lau should go back.
Well, Jumbo Legend, he's a last start winner. He can certainly rattle off a flying last section, can Jumbo Legend, and he's to be partnered this week again by Vincent Ho.
Vincent, Jumbo Legend in race 8 for you on Wednesday night at Happy Valley. You and him have got a good thing going, it would seem.
Yeah, not too bad. I mean, last run was pretty good. No, it did amazing, and looking forward to ride him again. He's still fit and well. Yeah, I think in this class he is still is very competitive.
He's drawn gate 2. Is he sort of very reliant on having that strong pace? We've seen him finish that devastating turn of foot. Does he really need a strong pace to aim at always?
It will be great, but I mean, he doesn't jump that slow. If we have a good gate, we can be, a little bit more positive than drawing 12, obviously. So it definitely helped with it.
As I say, he's a horse that you know very well. All of his wins have been for you. What is it about him that you enjoy riding? I mean, obviously he's a horse who can let down quickly. He's trained by Casper Founds, of course, around the valley. So there's a lot of ticks in the right boxes.
Yeah, even in Shartin he performed well. We just haven't really executed it, but he's doing well in Happy Valley, and he just keep running and start rolling early, and he always have a great turn of foot in the straight.
I'm not sure if it's true or not, but I think they might well name that sort of middle section of Happy Valley after this horse, because that seems to be his golden highway, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, well, it's definitely his highway. From where he was, middle part of the corner, he still kick very strong in the straight. You just need time to build up.
Vincent Ho there with the Jumbo Legend, a 4-time winner, 2 of them at Happy Valley, course and distance for Jumbo Legend. Let's move on, however, to our next replay, and it is Soleil Fighter here. And Paul, this horse, last couple of starts now, he's been certainly backed in the market. Beaten here by Daring Pursuit, not beaten overly far, But on his run 2 efforts ago, he's got a £7 turnaround on Jumbo Legend.
Yeah, no, he does. So, look, he's been racing really well recently, this horse. You can see he was there to win, and, he wasn't beaten far. He fought to the line. So he should get a nice run just in behind the pace. So he'll definitely get his opportunity.
The horse that beat him, obviously, is a very nice horse in Daring Pursuit, I feel. So I think he's got a strong chance. As for the top one, Helene Warrior, it's an interesting jockey book, and he's not an easy ride.
No, he's certainly not. He went very quick up in that first section when he was able to win a couple of starts ago now. Off the all-weather we go here. Nick, Fighting Machine, Talent's Ambition went round in the market very short this night. In the back half of the field as well, you've got Apache Pass and Toy Soltero. Not convinced about them at this stage, but what do we make of Fighting Machine and Talent's Ambition for being beaten such a short price last start?
Yeah, which was obviously disappointing. I know Connections had relatively lofty sort of targets for him going forward. I'm not sure if that bubble's been burst now on the back of this. He was only 5th at $1.60, but he's interesting. Happy Valley debut. Fighting Machine, however, has been around here, has gone okay, Paul, so he's probably more of interest, I would say.
I'm going the other way. I'm going to give Talent's Ambition another chance coming here for the first time, because I think the tight track should suit him.
What about they ran 27, bit over 27 for that first section, Paul? Did they maybe sit a bit closer with him, because when he has won, he's been sort of further back? Yeah,
look, I reckon he can sort of sit midfield. That's where I sort of had him on the speed map there. So, look, it depends on what happens with Helene Warrior. If he goes lickety-split in front, then it's going to bring these horses from the back right into the race. But if he can hold him back, then he's a big chance, Helene Warrior, because we know he's talented on his day.
Jockey to follow for the meeting is Hugh Bowman, and he's got a couple of meetings without a winner, Nick, but who are the picks for the Bowman book on Wednesday night?
Well, look, it might not be the standout race of the night, but I think Super Hong Kong's got a good chance of getting him off to a good start there in race 1. He looks a definite chance. The Perfect Match is quite interesting. Glory Cloud as well. Obviously, the last two there on the list there, Paul, certainly have their chances as well.
Yeah, well, Sugar won really well last time. He's just got to carry that weight again, doesn't he?
Lavero, he was a bit disappointing last time out, deemed unacceptable by the stewards. He's been back to the trials. How did you see this trial, Paul, up at Chung Fa for 3rd?
Yeah, look, he hit the line nicely enough, didn't he? But he's got to improve on that first up run. Look, when he did win last season, it took him sort of 5 runs. He sort of finished 11th, and then he started to hit form. I mean, although that was on the all-weather, once he got onto the turf, he did well. Look, maybe he just needs a couple of runs, this horse.
Look, he's been beaten a long way in his last 3 runs, which is quite off-putting, to be fair. So I was happy enough to watch him here.
OK, those are the replays for race number 8. Paul, how about the tips?
Well, let's try. I'm going to go with Talent's Ambition here. I think with a senior rider, Hugh Bowman, aboard, coming onto a different surface will give them a chance. Helene Warrior, it all depends on what sort of run he gets. Salil Fighter will get a nice run in behind. Better run from Glorious Journey last start. 5, 1, 11 and 10.
Yeah, gone the 11 here, Salil Fighter. I think he's a nice chance here. He battled on quite well behind a good one last time. I think he can go one place better. Jumbo Legend in as well. Good pace could suit him. Fighting Machine in. And I've put the 10, Glorious Journey, in as well. 11, 7, 8, 10.
That is a look at race number 8, the second to last on the Wednesday night card at Happy Valley. Coming up after the break here on Racing to Win, we have a look at the last run reminder, race number 9, the best in value bets for Wednesday night here at the Valley. Racing to Win continues for our Wednesday night fixture at Happy Valley. 9 races before we get into previewing the last event. It's time for the last run reminder. And Paul, we bring you in to have a look at the first up run of Lakeshore Hero.
Good run from this horse on his debut. He drew wide, so he had to go back. You can see him going all the way back here. I think this was by design, because he'd been quick away in all his trials and he'd put himself on the pace. So I think you'll see him a lot closer in the run. They didn't go overly quick, as you can see, where they were slightly slower than standard. And he made up some really good ground here behind Enfield and finished off the race nicely. So you couldn't have asked too much more as a sort of a debut from this horse. And from this, I think you're going to see lots of improvement as well. So a nice way he hit the line. He did attack the line well. OK, so he is race number 6, horse number 9, Lakeshore Hero, as the last run reminder. You can find plenty more of them on the website, hkjc.com. Looking at the last event on the card, and it is the Fung Mo handicap. It is class 3, 1200, and a Sugar a last start winner goes up £4. Young Emperor won at a big price at his debut. Eason was better last time out. Gustav Sissimo's drawn again.
8. Prawns 11 was second to Brave Star last start. Denfield, last start winner, never won in the grade. Golden Empire, Romantic Sun is second up off a good debut. Happy United drawn out again. Sovereign Fund, abnormal breathing noise for him last start. Our Lucky Glory and Sky Forever down towards the bottom. Pace here, Paul. Sovereign Fund, maybe with Gusto, Sissimo and Romantic Sun in close attendance.
Yeah, look, Romantic Sun sat fourth when he was here on his debut. He is right on the pace, and I think he can be on the pace here as well. Gusto Sissimo drew wide and had to go back from barrier 1. He's going to put himself right there. Sovereign Fund did lead, set up some quite fast sectionals when he was here a few starts ago, and Eason's never far away as well. Denfield, now he was quite close in the run, but he's drawn 12 here, so I think he's going to have to go back.
That is the speed map. Well, Young Emperor was a terrific winner first up, and the man that produced him to win first up is David Eustace.
David, you've got some nice horses going to the races at Happy Valley on Wednesday. None more so in race 9 than Young Emperor. You would have been the toast of the racing club, I'm sure, after winning with him on debut.
Yeah, look, it was obviously a great result. As I said on the night, it was a pleasant surprise, and his odds sort of reflected that. But you know, it was pleasing to see him show such a good turn of foot, especially round the valley. And this was the obvious race to go to and keep it simple and keep everything the same, and hopefully he performs well again.
I'm sure you're going to tell me that you did fully expect to win, but in all honesty, what did you expect going into it? Because I mean, his Irish form is certainly not bad.
Yeah, look, honestly, I thought he's a nice horse and he would perform well in Hong Kong, but I just felt off his trials that he was still just struggling to adapt. He looked great. He's never had an issue with his action, but to me, he just hadn't worked it all out yet. I still don't think he has, honestly, which is encouraging. And his homework just isn't flash. He's a very relaxed horse at home, and that remains the same. He's not worked hard at home, but again, he's often has to be asked to do it instead of doing it naturally. But now that we've seen what he can do, certainly don't need to see it in the morning. So he's ticked over well.
I mean, the way he knuckled down, but was quite impressive. He reopposes with Romantic Sun, slightly different proposition as far as the weights are concerned, so that might well bring them together. But would you be confident of perhaps confirming that form?
Well, yeah, I mean, one thing we weren't is fully screwed down, so there's certainly improvement to come. He obviously quickened well, but he also did sort of lug in when he hit the front under pressure, so I think the win had a little bit more merit again. But I respect Romantic Sun and other horses going well in the race, Sugar too, so he needs to step up. Not many do put 2 on end in Hong Kong, and particularly their first 2 starts, so it's going to need a big effort to win.
I guess at the moment you don't mind these trips down to Happy Valley, do you? All of your winners have come there, and it's been a happy hunting ground so far. Yeah, look,
it hasn't necessarily been the plan. I've just ran horses where I think they would suit. They've been racing great at Sha Tin. We just haven't had a huge amount of luck there as yet, but I was sort of quite pleased the barrier he got. We can ride him the same and let him, I like being able to sort of make a move at the Valley or the rider when they want to, instead of being sort of too dictated. So actually I think the barrier is okay.
He was a strong winner at over 40-1 when he lined up for his first start, Young Emperor. Moving on to Sugar now, and Paul, he's the last start winner. Gusto Sissimo here as well. He ran 4th to him after running 2nd and just been beaten 2 starts ago. Sugar, 2 in a row. He did do it last season.
He has, he can hold his form. He's just got to carry the weight again, and which he did in this race. Gusto Sissimo was a good run because he was way back in the field, and he finished off nicely there for 4th as well. So I think he's going to be a lot closer in the run.
Yeah, look, he's a definite chance. Obviously, he's a handy horse, isn't he? Sugar, though, this is a career high mark now of 77, so it is tougher.
Gusto Sissimo again, and Nick coming out of this replay wins 2nd, just beaten here by, of course, Kairos Dragon. He's got barrier 1 this time round, which is going to allow him just to sit that bit closer and I think give him every chance here, I would have thought. Look,
I tend to agree. He's certainly got as good a chance as any, especially with the draw, and a couple of runs now for the Cruise stable have been pretty good. So they'll be plenty keen enough on Gusto Sissimo. I didn't mind the 3rd here. That's Eason. He's got a really good 2nd up record. I'd give him a decent chance in this. Yeah,
look, I like Gusto Sissimo, I must admit, from the draw. I think he's going to get his chance. He's one of the chances for me.
Denfield, a last start winner, but my concerns, Paul, are that he's up in grade again and he's got barrier 12. He's 0 from 7 in this grade. He's been a handy Class 4 horse, but struggles in this grade.
Yeah, it tells a story, doesn't it? 0 from 7. Can he turn it around from barrier 12 and what looks like a strong field? I don't think so. I haven't included him.
Yeah, last time he ran in this grade, he was comfortably held back in March. He was beaten 5.5 behind Raging Blizzard. So, yeah, look, for me, he's much better suited in something a little bit weaker.
He got out to a terrific price that day too, 2.9. On we go to Prawns 11, and he was back in the field here, running second last time out behind a very much in form Brave Star, who's come out and won again since. He's had a quiet trial since Nick coming into this. Where do you feel he's at for this assignment?
Yeah, look, I've got him in. I've got him in the numbers. I think he's got a solid chance here. Harry gets on really well with him, and he was run-up, of course, as you mentioned, behind what is a bang-in form Brave Star. So certainly a creditable effort there in defeat, Paul.
Yeah, and he was 3 or 4 wide the whole way. He didn't get anywhere near the fence, and he still ran on. He was entitled to drop out, and it looks a really good form with Brave Star going on and winning again. So I quite like him in this.
One more replay to have a look at here, and it is Sky Forever, who ran 4th, and you can see him back and buried here on the fence a fair way off them. This race was won by Capital Delight. He has won here at Happy Valley in the past, Paul, and it was course and distance.
Yeah, it was a while ago now, and it was a good run on the turf here. He's backed this run up since with a 3rd on the all-weather, so he has had a run since this, and that's been on the all-weather, and he did run nicely. I just prefer him on the all-weather to this.
Yeah, I tend to agree. Doesn't win all that often, just 2 from 30, but he's one of them horses off a mark of 61. He can get competitive in this type of race.
Yeah, Capital Delight 2 runs ago, that was him finishing off there behind Ladies' Choice on the turf last time out. Paul, selections for the last?
I'm going to go with the 5 there, Prawns 11. I think with a better run, he can really feature in this. From Gusto Sissimo, from the inside draw. Romantic Sun was a good debut, and Young Emperor wasn't expected to run well, but still did. 5-4-8-2.
Yeah, I think there's a bit more to come from Young Emperor, so I'll put him on top here. I think he's got a good chance here to confirm that form with Romantic Sun. Eason's very good second up, and Prawns 11 in form as well. 2-8-3-5.
You can head to the website as well to find selections for each and every race, hkjc.com. Click on audio and video, and the race-by-race previews are there. But we are at that time of the show, Paul, where we need the best, the value and the play, please.
The best, we're going to make horses at 1 start, 1 win. Triumphant More, up in weight, but I think he can overcome that. It was a really good debut run from Triumphant More, and you can see him here now and finishing off this race really nicely. And look, he was wide on the pace. He could have dropped away, but he just really fought on strongly. Did beat an informed Glory Cloud here and won nicely. I thought he won a little bit cosily as well. So I'll make him the play. And Top Time comes at a really strong form race at Sharton behind Janu Pride, Circuit Jolly, Carrying Attack, only at his debut run. This will be second up here. And we'll do the play in race number 4 with Mark Hommett, Lean Master, Silver Spurs, a QQP 129.
Yeah, best bet for me coming up in race 5, number 9, Roaring BB. Very good on his return. Brenton Abdullah will be the man in the saddle. This is his run last time out. This is over a furlong shorter, so he's going up in trip, but I certainly don't worry too much about that. He's still quite a green horse. I think he's still learning his craft, but once he knuckles down to the task, he's kept on well here behind a decent enough winner. And you can see he's making ground all the way to the line. I think he's cracking value there on Wednesday night. And as far as value is concerned, race 2, number 10, Tradition, second start for Mechoy, better last time, looks an open race, will give him a chance hopefully at decent odds. The play, race 9, numbers 2, 3 and 8 for me in a QQP.
For me, it is race 8, number 5, Talent's Ambition. Mark Newnham and Hugh Bowman combining it here. I think raced a little bit too close to them last time out on a strong tempo. Street Conqueror also for Mark Newnham. Hasn't had this horse for too long. He's had 2 trials. I like the trials. Luke Ferraris, race 5, number 7. And the play with Talent's Ambition, Jumbo Legend and Fighting Machine in a QQP. Race 8, 5, 7 and also 8. That is just about the show. Let's have a look at the diary for what we've got coming up. Of course, Happy Valley 9 races Wednesday night. Trackside Live at 10 after 6. Sunday, huge day of racing. The Sprint, the Mile and the Cup. Jockey Club Trials day. And then back to Happy Valley for next Wednesday night. Nick, can't wait for the weekend. To Romantic Warrior, he is back.
Yeah, he certainly is. It'll be a cracking weekend of racing, that's for sure, Paul.
Yeah, Galaxy Patch, Kaying Rising. All 3 of them are going to be very, very short. Let's see if they can live up to the short odds.
Yeah, can't wait for that. James McDonald back in town, commencing his stint as well. We've got that to look forward to on Sunday, but we will catch you on Wednesday night, where we will be racing to win for Happy Valley, the 9 race card.